Hello everybody, how is it going today? It's now March the 14th, it's Wednesday, about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin. So a lot has happened with Bitcoin so far, and we actually nailed target. Oh, I forgot to enable live chat. Here you go. Live chat's enabled. So yeah, it was pretty easy to nail this target in my opinion. Nailed it with flying colors, guys. Like, we can't really complain about it, right? If you guys entered a short position, like, that's freaking awesome that we nailed it. So let's go to the daily chart first of all and see how this daily candle is looking thus far. Very bearish. What we're seeing is it's completely rejecting the 55 EMA, or sorry, the 200 EMA, where we tend to test it quite often. On the weekly chart, we're looking at well above all of the EMAs so far. Let's see the 21 moving average. No, that's not supporting it whatsoever. This one here, who knows? I don't even want to look at this scenario right now, but we're looking pretty good overall. I'd say this is a very healthy correction in my opinion. So we take our Fibonacci level. How were we able to nail this target right here? Very simple. We're taking our Fibonacci extension, or retracement tool rather, and we are nailing this target right here at the fib line. There's a lot of volume that's being pumped into the market right now. Hey Eric, how's it going, Eric? Eric Cho is here, guys. That's my bae right there. Hey Mel, are you here? Darling. Mel, say hi if you're here. Say hi to me on Twitter. I gotta message Mel. She'll join me in a minute. So let's talk about Bitcoin. We've now bled about $18 billion for the overall cryptocurrency market cap. Bitcoin's still number one, of course, no surprise there. But what worries me right now is the volume. The volume is what's really bothering me. March 11th, 6.2, March 12th, 6.4, yesterday 6 billion, but today we're still at $5.7 billion, right? So it can mean a lot of things. It can mean buyers are just simply not ready to rush in quite yet. Where's the volume at the 6.8 fib level? We haven't really picked up that much yet right now. So by the end of the close, I really do expect this 24-hour volume to hit much higher than it is right now. Let's look at the BTC shorts versus longs right now. Litecoin is looking very good, guys, just so you know, okay? Litecoin is right in our buy zone right now, and yeah, it's a good time to be accumulating right now. If we look at the BTC shorts, they're still loading up right now. Actually, they're getting higher. If we look at the BTC long, it should probably be very proportional as well. Yeah, it's looking very, very proportional in terms of both of them going up, long and short. Right now, the longs are at 36.4 thousand Bitcoins. Shorts are at 26.4 Bitcoins. They're both reaching somewhat oversold zones right now on the 12-hour chart, still at about 68 RSI there. None of the positions are really getting liquidated. The bulls and the bears are fighting quite hard right now. But I'm going to give you guys my bearish scenario because I don't have any other scenario right now. We simply see this test right here at this particular structure where the most recent swing low based on the first wave is happening. What usually happens is we get some sort of correction, if this were the actual count, where there will be an ABC to my target of around $7,600. That's my particular target, where I think this wave could easily complete to there. Now, the reason why we're getting a lot of support here is two reasons, right? Wave 1 territory, that's where it retraced to wave 2. And we're also getting our C position, or sorry, our 618 position right here for the Fibonacci. So of course, at all Fibonacci ranges, right, we're going to get some level of support. 0.5, we got a lot of support here as well. Now, let me show you guys how I was able to extrapolate, first of all, that we would most likely bounce around these particular regions, right, between 82 and 83. So the way that I'm counting this, to be very clear, is like this, okay? This is, hold on, I gotta go to a higher time frame. I'm counting this right here as wave 1 with a really crappy retracement. So by the rules of indifference of Elliott waves, what we see is that this wave in particular barely retraced, if you notice, only to the 236 level. Therefore, by the rules of indifference of expression according to Elliott wave, we will easily assume that this wave right here would have retraced higher to at least the 382 level, and that it absolutely did. And then according to Fibonacci extensions, we hit our mark there at 1-to-1, right around there, and we also hit our mark at 161.8 extension right there. So now we need to be very diligent and count our waves, okay? Now this is my ABC going up like that. Now I've now modified my count, and now I've originally counted this, if you guys remember, as my wave 1. This is now wave basically 2 right here, okay? Now because we have waves 1 and 2 already formed, what we'll end up doing is just draw some rough Elliott waves in here so far, like that. And I expect a bounce to about $8,600, and then another bounce to the 6,000 range to complete our Elliott wave formation. Excuse me there. So why do I think it's going to get there, and how are we? Thank you very much, Alfredo. I really appreciate the Timmy's there donation. Much appreciated, my friend. So now we take a look at this structure, okay? Elliott waves allows us to deduce many things. We're going to count our waves inside of this one right here, okay? Just to bear with me here. We're going to count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I'm just going to make this yellow for much easier, and I'll make this to a minuet time frame as well. So what we see here is that the wave 4 did not retrace to this territory, and that was very expected, that it wouldn't even get up to in the 8800 range, because the wave 1 actually acts as a very hard resistance, right? It was formerly a support, and now it's a massive resistance. And by the same rules of Elliott wave and the difference in expression according to Fibonacci and retracements, what we see here is a very strong retracement for this one right there, reaching up to the 78.6 region that happens 45% of the time. So therefore, because that wave retraced very heavily, we would say one of two things. We would say, one, it wouldn't retrace to the territory of this particular wave, and two, the wave 4 bounce would actually be very, very small, right, compared to the recent one. So therefore, I cannot possibly see it getting higher than 8800 on the nose, okay? Now, I don't think we're going to get a very small retracement, because this one up here, this particular wave, if you guys see the wave 1 coming down, retraced to about 0.5. So, you know, we could get up to 382, or we can just get a double 0.5 Fibonacci range. Now, if I were to actually count this, this is how I'm seeing it right now. I've got no other choice but to see it this particular way, where I see it as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down. So because this wave right here retraced over 78.6, I'll easily be able to deduce that this particular wave right here will only retrace up to 382 to around the 236 region. So by that method of deduction, it actually worked out very well. So what we see is our 5 waves coming down right here. And another really cool note to make note of is if we take our extension, we hit the target on the nose as well, right here, okay? We hit our target of the 1-to-1 extension right around there, and we also hit our target of the 161.8 extension as well. So everything is actually going to plan right now. It's definitely going to plan very well. EMA Death Cross 55200 soon. Good point, Basoid Audi. Thanks for coming to the channel. I like seeing your comments on YouTube, man. I see all your comments all the time, and they're very positive. Thank you. So I cannot help but think that, yeah, this one right here is going to get to a possible range up to 8800, and the best way to deduce this is to take the Fibonacci extension. Thank you, Daniel Hill. I really appreciate that donation again. Thank you. So we take our Elliott waves like this, just according to waves 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I take my Fibonacci retracement here, right, we're going to take our Fibonacci tool, just like that. So then we see easily that this is the target. It's not possible, based on Elliott wave count, for this to actually be any lower from the way that I'm counting it right now. I just simply cannot see another wave coming down based on Elliott wave, okay? So yeah, this makes entire sense to me. And now if I actually take my extensions right here, guys, according to Elliott wave, this is the scary part, okay? This is the very scary part that is gonna Yeah, people don't want to hear this, guys. But if I take my Elliott wave, or sorry, my Fibonacci extension tool, right? This hit the nose right there. This definitely hit. Big vouch for BTC 2x return. I agree. I hope that we can get there as well, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So guys, we're hitting literally every single extension target. This is like textbook example of what we've been calling. Eric Cho, Johnny, they've all been calling 8200 for over a week now, to be honest. And it wasn't only till about 4 or 5 days ago that I've modified my count to a bearish count. But you know, Eric Cho and Johnny, they didn't want to scare the market yet because of how many followers they have. But they knew 8200 was going to be the target for like over a week already. And they finally convinced me in the past few days. So now that we got this count, right, where we have this type of bearish flag that people call it, but I call it ABC, I see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I saw these waves form right here. This particular point right there signaled to the market to short. That's why we see the volume spike right here, right? You guys see this candle pretty much right there. That was the one, or sorry, not that one, this one right there. This one right here. Thank you, Tony Palazzo. I really appreciate that. That's going to help Luna. So I see this right here as this candle that coincides with the volume. Because remember my rules that I always talk about where we shorted on the breakout of wave 1, right? So when the wave 1 territory actually gets breached, this candle signaled, or this point right there at whatever that is, 88.17, 88.15, this low right here, it signaled to the market, actually 88.70, it signaled to the market, let's short it, okay? Let's absolutely short the market. So then we hit our extension right on the nose, 161. You guys want to see something scary, right? Remember right here that I was showing you where we were taking our Fibonacci extension tool right here? Well, we hit 1-to-1 for our wave 3. Well, guess what wave 5 hit? Wave 5 hit 161.8. So by simple deduction, if we only have waves 1 and 2 and 3 that's formed, which hit a 1-to-1 extension, why the heck would it not hit also this range right here if our Elliott wave count is not finished? So that's exactly why I believe that yes, we are going to uptrend to up to 8800 at most from where we are right now. Volume is heavily picking up right now, right? And then one more brief touch down to over there. So candlestick analysis, right? Let's go to a lower time frame. Lower time frame, we kind of got a decent candle there that could have been seen as like an inverted hammer. Then this one right here, we got a hammer, or that one could have been a doji. Now it's only been a few minutes into this candle, but what we're seeing is a series of little wicks, right? We're seeing series of little wicks, and I bet if I drew a trend line support down here, it would actually be wicked. There you go. You see a little bit of a channel coming down here, right? You definitely see some sort of little channel coming down here. Let me highlight it a little bit better for you guys with my channel. So you guys see that kind of like right there, right? So we have our basically our waves 1, we have our 2 that's really dead, 3, and we have our waves 4, and this is our wave 5 coming down. There's absolutely no other way to see it right now. It was a very, very strong downtrend, and because we get a very parallel channel with very perfectly precise and measured moves coming down, well, there's no other way to see as this is the actual bottom right now, okay? This is more so Dow theory accumulation phase at the very bottom, and I'm pretty sure the participants of the public will join in soon, and then bam, we're going to get our excess phase for all the people that are unfamiliar with these theories. They're going to be waiting to buy at a lower level, but the excess phase will just signal to all the investors, let's just pump it and leave those guys in the dust. And during the excess phase of Dow theory, what happens is a lot of the people that FOMO, they add strength into the market, which is the absolute beauty of reaching the bottom of wave 3 right here. So I do see it uptrending over there, guys. I see 100% it uptrending very soon. Okay, let's look at some bullish divergence signs that we see. How do we spot bullish divergence, guys? We take the bottom of wave 3 and then we take the bottom of wave 5. This is the bottom of wave 3 right here. Okay, right there, bottom of wave 3. This is the bottom of wave 5. We draw some vertical lines so you guys can also make note of where it is. That's wave 3, or wave 5 rather. Sorry, wave 3, that's wave 5. And we easily see that that's the bottom, that's the bottom. And what do we see, guys? We see a series of bullish divergence ticking upwards, right? So we're finding actual RSI support on a sloped time frame right now. So it's very difficult for me to believe that this is going to go down further right now. I really firmly believe that it's going to go up. You know what? If this doesn't go up, I'll let John McAfee eat my dick live on national television. No joke, okay? I'll reach out to him and I'll be like, hey, John, you feel like eating my dick today on live national television if we're going to go down further? And John's going to be like, no, I really don't want to eat it because I'm going to have to buy a microscope because I won't be able to find it. I'm like, John, it's not going to taste any different than a wiener, okay? It's going to be fucking fantastic tasting. So if we don't go up right now to 80, like, you know, if we don't go up to at least a decent Fibonacci range, I'll call up John and I'll be like, man, you got to leave your wife because we're going to be eating dick, okay? If you want to eat dick, John, if we fall lower than that, I promise you that it's going to bounce upwards. Crap, I did it again, guys. I started talking about dicks again in my live stream. I was so serious I was really serious for about, how long was I serious for this time? Did I beat my rep? I was serious for 16 minutes. Holy crap, I was so serious for 16 minutes. Then all of a sudden this dick comment came up. Oh man, so much for monetized ads. I was really hoping to make $5 per YouTube video, you know, but every time I go live, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have nice things, okay? Because I always end up talking about dicks in my live stream in front of 2,400. I apologize, guys. But you guys know the joke with John McAfee, right? John McAfee said, if Bitcoin doesn't reach $100,000, I'll eat my own dick on live national television. So every time I'm super confident about a position of mine, right? I'm in a massive position, just so you guys know. It's like heart attack position right now that I'm in. Eric knows what position I'm in right now. It is so nerve-wracking right now. It's like, oh my God, I'm quite down right now. I'm down like a few thousand because I bought a little bit too early. But so yeah, so that's where I expect, guys. I expect a bounce from this particular region right now. We look on this bullish divergence that we're seeing. It's looking fantastic. We look on the 30-minute chart. We're double bottoming out pretty much already, okay? We're double bottoming out. You know, just right around this particular range, right? If we keep going back, we easily see that this is a very viable target right here. Ever since, you know, March the 8th, we see that these ranges that it's reaching right now, it's a very critical RSI zone to be in. So how could we not assume that we're getting some sort of RSI support right now, right? Thank you very much, KHANDMD, Kand. How do you pronounce your name? I don't even know how to pronounce that. So yeah, so you know, we look on a 45-minute chart, we're seeing it extremely oversold, right? We're reaching a very nice RSI support level as well that's been established for a long time. These whole regions right here, I mean, we might downtrend to like, you know, 81.75 again or something like that. Thank you, Patrick. I really appreciate that. So yeah, so it's hard for me to believe that we're going to downtrend further. I look on a 5-minute chart even, right? And I don't know if this is like a bearish inverted flag or something like that, but you know, eventually it's going to pop down, I think. It's going to pop downwards. That's probably a bad flagpole, but it can work. It's probably going to break down to something like here maybe. No, I didn't mean to do that, tool. It's probably going to break down to something right here to a lower end, and then it's probably going to make its way up. So right now we've got some very critical RSI zones to be breaking, and I'll show you guys where it is on the 15-minute chart as well, okay? So on a 5-minute chart, clearly if we break above this zone, which was the wave 4 territory, we are golden. Absolutely, we're golden. But if on the 10-minute chart, the RSI resistance is right around here, right? We break above these resistance points and we're golden as well. We just want to get above 60. We take a look at the 10-minute chart right here. We're just about to get a crossover, right? We're hovering down, getting like a triple series of bottoms right there. So it's looking pretty good where we're not getting any lower in RSI. Okay. Do I have it? No, I can't really show you guys my bitfinex because I wanted to show you price action, but we're going to have to avoid that for today. So on a 10-minute chart, right, we're getting, you know, wicks poking to the downside. We're getting an inverted hammer with a really bearish looking kind of hammer with another inverted hammer. So right now it's resisting heavily at even the 8 EMA right now. But right here, this region, guys, is where people are signaling to the market People who don't know how to count Elliott wave try to buy on the fourth wave, bottom, right? Which is bad. But the people who can't count Elliott waves, they end up buying on the fifth wave. The first wave, there's never a lot of volume, and the volume is always indicative around the third wave coming down that, hey, the volume for the third wave is now beginning. Right, and then there's a big support run right there. This volume right there is acting as support for the fourth wave. That's usually how it comes. And then we get a big volume for the downtrend right here, right? We get a little idle area right here for the volume, which signals the fourth wave correction right there, right? Fourth wave correction, the first spike starts the fourth wave correction upwards. The lull here because of a lack of volume. And if you guys look at it very closely on the volume, it's getting really low around here, right? Really, really low, then boom. This one here signals a downtrend. People end up shorting the market as soon as it breaks the wave 4 territory. So I look at this volume right there, this volume as a break and an attempt to short the market. And then now the volume is slowly dying off because we're reaching the very bottom of the fifth wave. So yeah, that's kind of my technical analysis. I kept it fairly professional, this one. I kept it fairly professional, I'd say. So keep in mind that these targets, right, guys? Well, I mean, we could trend a little bit lower to 8150, like at the lowest, maybe 8100 if we get like an ending fifth wave, right? But it's also hard to really think that we're actually not done this correction, because if we just count our simple Elliott wave rules, I mean, this could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One more coming down. Thank you very much, Mira. I really appreciate that for Luna's Tequila Fund, all right? Oh, that's really nice of you. It wasn't necessary. I was more so just joking around. So I really appreciate it. And then we get our fifth wave coming down like this, okay? We get our 1, we get possibly 2, we get 3, and then we get 4 and a 5. Which happened, let me show you guys actually. It's really cool. I love these kind of patterns where we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one is actually a little bit strong like that. So because it's like that, we end up getting 5 waves that run down, right? It makes 1 like that, then 2, and 3, 4, and then 5 for kind of like a running flat on the bottom there. So, you know, this is kind of how it's looking thus far. So I really cannot see it, once again, getting much lower. I do see a very possible bounce once again, all right? I'm going to make sure that you guys really understand this, that I see a possible bounce right up to about the 0.5 Fibonacci level, which is anywhere between the 382 Fib level and the 0.5 level. So I see it anywhere between 8650, maybe 8650 to 8800 at most. Eric, do you agree with that? 86 to 8800? You still here, Eric Cho? Do you guys ever just want Eric Cho to choke you until you can't breathe? I love for Eric to choke me sometimes. I've always wanted a guy with 100,000 followers on Twitter to choke me till I'm numb and dumb. Eric is gone. He only came to say hi at the beginning. So what's my stop loss, Info Planet asks? Well, for my long position, my stop loss is probably about $8,000. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. 8K is my stop loss for my long position. I'm actually doing pretty good. Like I was just joking earlier about being down. My average price is about 82.50, right where we are right now, because I took my own advice. So other than that, yeah, that's where I stand. I believe we're going to get a slight uptrend. It's just a matter of waiting and giving it a little bit of time and being very patient, because we are in extremely oversold zones. This right here looks like it's about to, you know, do its thing, right? Looks like it's ready to do its thing. Also, if you guys see on the MACD, right, you can easily count waves on here as well. Count the red line, count the big moving average, right? If you guys count the big moving average, which is the 26 one, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves already. So how could we not see anything else, right? If you guys look on the histogram as well, it is definitely bullishly diverging, right? It's bullishly diverging. The way you see histogram is every 10 minutes, right? This is ticking a specific amount. So this one ticked up $40, ticked up 31, etc. So the last few ticks up $9, ticked up $6, and only about $6 to $7 more upwards, right? When it ticks over these 10 minutes, it averages, right? It averages for example, right now we're at negative 5.4. So what this basically means is for the next 6 minutes, right, it's going to do about $6 upwards if we end up going up for the next 6 minutes. So another $36, if we can sustain it to about $8,300, then we're going to get a bullish divergence of it going upwards, right? So I'm pretty happy that that we're going to be going upwards right now. Trade Devil, do you think that we're gonna, Sam, do you think we're gonna end up uptrending from this position right here? What do you think, Sam the man? Come on, Trade Devil, do you think we're gonna end up uptrending from this point? I can't see any other count right now, man. It's really hard for me to see a very bearish count for the short term. I can only see a bullish count based off of everything that I see already, right? Sam is the man, he is the computer. So, you know, we tried to break downwards right here on the histogram, but, you know, we just simply can't break down lower at all right now. So, yeah, I mean, just got to give it, you guys got to really give it some time, okay? This is a game of patience, all right? I ignore a lot of questions, Crypto J. I don't see every question that ends up coming up, right? I honestly really don't see a lot of questions coming up. Honestly, I don't mean to say it because I'm looking for donations or anything, like, or super chat, but you know what? Best way to make me see it is obviously to post a super chat question, right? So like you see every time people post a super chat question, I see it very visibly, but you guys can see how much people are chatting all the time, so I don't really get a chance to read it here all the time, so my apologies, guys. Okay guys, I'm gonna get going. I really can't take too many questions right now. I'm gonna try to keep it really short because it's intense moment, guys. It's really intense moment right now. Yeah, absolutely. Someone asked, can I see this as a falling wedge? That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is called an ending fifth wave diagonal, also known as a falling bullish wedge, right? Where the fifth wave ends up making a pattern like this. So a lot of people end up calling it a falling wedge. The way I call it is the traditional term of an ending fifth wave diagonal, where it goes like that. And in these particular cases, the wave 4 and the wave 1 often overlap each other. They are absolutely allowed to overlap in these types of diagonals. Wave 3 can even be the shortest sometimes in an ending fifth wave diagonal, according to all the books that I've read. But usually the wave 5 is the smallest and the wave 1 is actually the longest. So this is called an ending fifth wave diagonal, which can be found in the fifth positions or the entire C position as well sometimes, right? So right here, we see a possible, you know, just to do a very basic count here, we see just kind of a 1, 2, I don't know, maybe that's 3 or something, right? Maybe that's 4 down there. But regardless, we definitely are seeing some sort of pattern that's going like that right now if I just count the wick end. So by the time it reaches to the end here, right, and it finishes off these types of bullish patterns, we can easily see it like that. Your bullish divergence, sir. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I really appreciate that donation there, Dirty Red. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. I got to get back to trading. It's a very intense time right now for trading. I got to make sure that okay, Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin. I'm invested in Litecoin too. I'm holding, Jesus, maybe like 500 Litecoin right now or something. What? What is this? Sorry. I get really excited very easily. You guys should see me when I have sex. You guys were probably super weirded out there for a moment, right? Okay, Litecoin. Let's talk about Litecoin very quickly. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, my man. Did you have a question, Eric? You didn't even have a question, Eric. Okay, so yeah, Litecoin as well, guys. Called it. I don't mean me, but yeah, I did call it. I definitely called it. Called it possible double bottom, right? We take our Fibonacci range here into the golden pocket possible potential area. And right, so this was one possible. Luna, it's my show. Don't you start barking again, okay? Did you guys hear Luna? She started barking. Luna, we talked about this so many times. Whenever I am doing a professional live stream, you're just not allowed to bark, okay? You keep barking randomly all the time. We've talked about this. I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to make a live stream. I've got 2,500 viewers in here right now. This is not called the Philicon and Luna show. This is called the Philicon show. Go make your own YouTube channel if you want to make a channel. In fact, why don't you go learn how to do technical analysis instead of being lazy all day and just watching TV and just sitting there and eating and looking really ugly, huh? That's right, Luna. Jesus. Always gotta do this to me, Luna. What? You guys hear that again? Did you guys just hear that again? Luna, why you gotta do this, huh? Why you gotta do this? You remember that I'm the guy that drove 4 hours to get you. I'm the guy that paid like $2,000 to get you because you're like a special little Pomeranian Yorkie that comes from a champion bloodline. Because I'm the guy that brought you home. I can easily destroy your life, Luna. I can end your life as easy as I made it, okay? Do you understand? Do you understand? That's right, Luna. Okay, guys. I'm just joking around with my dog, okay, guys? I'm completely joking around with my dog. I love Luna. She's awesome. She's looking at me with these really cute eyes right now. So yeah, Litecoin is looking really good right now. Luna! What are you doing again? You gotta bark again. You want to talk about Litecoin? Yeah? Ow! Luna, just off. Okay, apparently it's the Luna show now, guys. She says it's the Luna show. Right, Luna? Is that right? Yeah, you think you want to call it the Luna show? You think this is the bearish divergence or bullish, huh? What do you think? Yeah, you think it's bearish or bullish right now? Okay, guys. You guys hear it. She thinks it's bullish. She thinks it's bullish right now. If you guys ever want to know when moon is, if you guys ever ask when moon, Luna will always just say Luna. Luna's moon. Because her name is Luna. Right, Luna? Luna, one last howl for the viewers, and we're going to disconnect and say bye to everybody. 3, 2, 1. You were early. You can't be early, Luna. Okay, you got to count to let one go at least, and then we count together. And then you give me 2. You don't give me 1. You don't give me 3. Do you understand? Do you understand? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh! That's only 1, Luna. You got to do 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh! That's a really good one. Okay, guys, you guys heard Luna. She's super smart. So I wish you guys some massive profits, guys, and let's see how far we can ride this together, all right? Luna says bye to you guys. Have yourselves a great day. Please stick to your stop loss if you entered. My personal stop loss is around 8,000, 8,100, and I don't mind whatsoever. If we get down to much lower because I made some sort of wrong prediction, right? No problem at all. Stick to these stop losses, guys. Stop losses is a way for us to minimize risk, but we have to make sure we understand that without risk, there's no possibility of reward. Right, Luna? Say bye one last time. 3, 2, 1. Oh! That's good. Last time. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Yeah, that's a really good one. Oh! Oh! Okay, bye everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Luna also says bye. Take it easy.